today we're going to answer some Q&A questions from Pokémon Legends Arceus. We actually played through the entire game and finished it. A few of our members have. And we're just going to ask some simple questions that we wrote down on a Google Doc here. And we're just going to go through them. So, there was a couple of hundred questions, but I picked like 30. And we're going to answer all of the ones that are the most interesting here. So, we're going to start. And the first question is, how do the legend plates work for Arceus?
Okay, I'll answer this one for this. Basically, imagine protein, but it's always super effective, and it changes your type to be resistant, potentially.
Okay.
So, like, against a Golem, you'll turn, like, grass type, but you start off as normal Arceus, but you use the plates to turn into the other Arceus forms.
Okay. And then, let's see here. Let's pick this one. What's the ratio of... So, a lot of the things that haven't been shown in trailers are trainer battles, for example. What would you say the ratio of battling your Pokemon and battling wild... Wait, is battling your Pokemon with a trainer and battling a wild Pokemon is? Are you mostly fighting wild Pokemon, or is it most...
You mostly fight wild Pokemon.
Yeah, it's mostly wild Pokemon in the game.
Yeah, it's mostly wild Pokemon, because a lot of it. There's trainers battles, maybe 15 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
So there are more trainer battles than we did first expect when we saw the trailers hearing about Hisui.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, and then... Alright, let's pick another one here. What about this one? I have another question here. What about IV checkers? Are there any way to check your IVs, EVs?
There's no way to check
No,
IVs.
no
No,
IVs
definitely
in this game. No, possibly no IVs in this game. We don't know, but it's a huge possibility.
Okay.
That I've heard of, at least.
Alright, but... So there's no perfect IV, like you can't have 6.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially? Okay.
We have to do some more research on that.
Yeah, I guess, I remember hearing a lot of people talking about that and not being able to tell. Okay, what about multiplayer features? Do you
The only multiplayer is, there's trading.
All we know of so far is trading.
There's
But there
regular
could
trading?
be more added.
So trade evos?
Yeah,
trade evolutions.
evos.
You can do trade evolutions through an item called a linking cord.
Yes,
So
for
you don't
4
have-
Pokemon specifically. Kadabra,
Really
Machoke, Graveler, and Haunter. But you can also just trade them like normal and they'll evolve that way too.
Okay.
There's
So,
also a feature similar to rescuing in Mystery Dungeon, where if you die, you'll lose some of your items, but other players can rescue that satchel for you that they can find on the overworld, and you get rewarded for finding other people's satchels as well.
okay. So, you said there's merit points, and with merit points, I believe you get them through helping people?
You get merit points from helping people.
Yeah.
And even if you're playing offline, the game will has a bunch of NPC ones that you can find.
And don't merit points come from quests, too?
No.
No, they don't? Okay.
Okay. What about... let's pick another question here. Do alphas respawn after being catched or defeated?
Yeah.
Yes. They will
Yes.
infinitely
Yeah.
respawn.
Yeah, and they can be shiny as well, as there's been images on the internet.
Okay.
But the Big Bidoof is pretty much one of the granddaddies of alphas.
Granddaddies of alphas. That thing, yeah, I've seen a few Bidoof and Boberos in chat from the past few days, so that's really good to know. Okay. What about move learn sets? How are these handled here? Through reteaching.
That one. So move learning is interesting in this game because unlike previous games, instead of just relearning one move at a time, what you can do is you can learn multiple moves at once. And through evolution, you can also gain more abilities to learn more moves throughout the game, and through levels, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And you're your own move learner, so you can teach your Pokemon moves on the fly.
Yep.
You can you have access to all of your moves at once, but you can only pick 4 to actively have on your Pokemon. And you gain moves through just leveling up. But there's also one move move tutor that you can pay to teach moves to Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then
You can also master moves, which is how you use strong style and agile style. And those happen just by having the move on you when you level up a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use an item called a Seed of Empowerment, I think is what it's called.
Seed of Mastery.
Or Seed of Mastery, where you can give it to the move tutor and they'll automatically master one of the moves that you choose.
Does it make the strength of the move base stat of it stronger, or what does it do?
No, what it does is unlock strong and agile style, which, if no one knows, boosts the base power of the move by 25% in strong style, but it makes it less likely to move on a turn afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And agile style is lowered by 25% move power, but you basically have higher move power. You're not high move power. My bad. I'm sorry. That you basically get more turns.
Okay. And then let's see here. Let's pick another question. This one's from BC Grant. Are starters shiny locked?
We don't
Possibly.
know. We don't know.
Right now.
We don't know what is shiny locked, if anything, but we suspect
Yeah.
anything that's in a cutscene.
To be a shiny locked.
Yeah,
Yep.
like the starters and legendaries.
So, but can you find the starters actually being shiny?
You can find them shiny in the wild through the space-time distortions.
Okay. And then I had some questions. I saw a lot of people repeating questions like this about evolution items. Do Pokemon evolve by levels in this game?
They can. Instead of Pokemon evolving the moment it hits that level, you instead have to go into your party or into your inventory menu and press the X button on the Pokemon to evolve it.
Okay, so you have to actually go in the menu.
Yeah, you have to actively choose to evolve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And that helps prevent just problems in the past with evolving Pokemon
On
when you're
accident.
doing a challenge.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I didn't notice that one, but that one's a pretty deep, actually pretty big change.
The game will also tell you when a Pokemon can evolve when you complete a battle. You have like the little side thing showing you how much EXP your Pokemon got, and it'll say can evolve on there when they can evolve.
Okay.
It'll also tell you when you learn a new move or when a move is mastered.
All right. And then, what about Vianzi asked here that where do you find the items to evolve Ursaring and Scyther?
You can get them from quests, but you can also find them by digging with Ursaluna.
Ursaluna, okay. Do you know what the items for Ursaring is and Scyther?
The Ursaring item is the peat block, which you can find in the Mirelands.
Mm-hmm.
And to use it, it needs to be a full moon while in the Mirelands. And it's for some reason it's that specific.
Okay. And then...
Okay, so Nancy P did bring up something. Voltor evolves via Leaf Stone, and we presume above level 40, because
Leaf
apparently
Stone.
someone had tried it before and it was incompatible. Stantler evolves by using 20 agile style size field bashes,
Mhm.
I think. And his swing Quillfish is 20 strong style Barb Barrage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And his swing Growlithe just evolves by Firestone.
Firestone.
Hisuian Sneasel evolves by Razor Claw as well.
But that's at day.
At day?
Yeah. It's the
Oh.
reverse of Weaviles.
Okay. I didn't know about
I
that.
did not know that one.
I didn't know it either.
It's pretty deep. Someone's a morning evolution and the other is not. Okay. So, a lot of people have been talking about the graphics of not the graphics of
Pokemon Legends
Arceus.
Arceus.
So, What is your opinion on the graphics? Like,
They're fine.
Has it
Yeah,
ruined
they're
the experience?
I think they work for the game because of the way it's structured. I
Mhm.
prefer it slightly more than Sword and Shield.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it's quite as good as Let's Go, but personally, I think the graphics are pretty good.
I think it's better than both Sword and Shield, Let's Go, and BDSP.
Yeah. Well, especially BDSP too.
Okay. And then, it's so the style of the Pokemon. What about the cell shading and the way it looks, and versus Sword and Shield? You know how the Sword and Shield has more outlined Pokemon. Like an example was the one with the floating around was Onyx Sword and Shield versus Onyx Legends Arceus. Like,
I think it's
the
just a
best-
different style.
Yeah, I think
They
the
went
best way to describe Legends is like a painting. With a painting, well, specifically a painting without outlines, just because of the way it looks. It looks like an old Japanese painting, which is what they're going for because of the time period. At least I feel like.
okay. How early can you get Porygon and evolve it into a Porygon Z? This one's from Mike.
I believe
Uh-huh.
after the first Noble fight against Cleavor, these things called space-time distortions will start spawning on the map very rarely. And in these locations, you can find a lot of rare Pokemon, like the Evolutions. You can find Jetonian, Sneasel, and Weavile. And
You can find Hisuian starters
Yeah, you could also find Porygon and Porygon 2, as well as
and the fossils.
and the fossils. You could also find trade evolution
Magnemite.
items on the ground while in
And
there.
Magnemite and Magneton, as they're only found in there too.
Yeah.
I know you can find the dubious disc and the upgrade in those areas, right?
You can find
Yeah.
other evolution items such as the linking cord, the electrovisor, I want to say I completely forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, you can find pretty much most of the evolution items there.
Okay. And then, is this a style that you want to see Game Freak take for their new Pokemon games going forward? This one's from
Really?
Nick.
Yeah, I would like to see them do this more, but I also want to see the traditional RPGs as well. Like have them two
with that.
separate things.
Like, when I was playing through the game, I was like, I don't know if I want to go back, because it was so, deep. The game is deeper.
That's how I felt too.
Like, it's
Just
more
even looking at the
stimulating.
game, that's how I felt. Because of how much of a big step it is
It has
for
the
Game Freak as a company.
Yeah, it has the turn order system from if you ever played Final Fantasy X or something like that, where you can see who goes because of the speed of your character or whatever, things like that. It's
Your
awesome.
speed decides how turn orders go, and strong and agile style moves influence that speed as well.
Yeah, it's
Honestly, this
it's like a JR. It's more like a JRPG now.
honestly, how I feel about Legends is this: they're gonna have to take some of the more mechanics that improve the gameplay, like for battles themselves, and
Mhm.
transfer it to the main series.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, the open world and the aspects that make Legends special,
Mhm.
they're probably gonna keep in Legends itself.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the quality of life stuff is probably what they're gonna do and bring over for the next generation, is my guess.
Okay. I just hope that they take this, put it into a modern Pokemon setting, and then just go wild with it.
I agree.
They opened a bag, and the bag is secured. Just do it again, but better, you
Yep.
know. More trainer battles is mostly what I want. The next question is, how do you feel about the amount of content in the game?
There's a lot to this.
Yeah, I feel like this game might have the most content out of any Pokemon game. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but from what I've seen of this series, that's my view of it. And I feel like if you're wondering if it's worth your money, then yeah, definitely. looking
I
at the
say
amount
this
of
is the first Pokemon game that's actually worth $60.
Oh, I 100% agree.
I know there's just the time it takes to play the game is pretty different. Like, we were just playing the mainline quest. We weren't even doing side quests, and it took us like what 30 hours to get to the.
Took me about 30
Credits?
hours.
Yeah. And you were
This is-
speeding through the game too.
I wasn't really speeding now. I did some side quests.
Like barely any. I know some people like Arcoon, who was playing that game, didn't do any at all, and it took him 30 hours just to like 25. He said 26, and then it took him to get to 60 hours to get to Arceus, which is the final boss of this game, which makes sense because it's the title. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of content, and that's not even side quests. So I'm pretty sure this can go like another 30 hours if you just want to. And that's complete. You have to complete the Pokédex in order to get to Arceus anyway. So I saw a lot of people talking about this one. Can Palkia origin form and Dialga origin form? Can they use their special moves like special
Yes.
Yeah.
End?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because some people were like, "Oh, is their because their neck is obstructed and they don't have hands? Can they not do anything?" So that answers.
No,
the
I
question
think
for ZZZ.
the form changes just change stats, I believe.
Okay. Another question is there a way to get non-Hisuian starter evolutions?
No.
No.
Okay, so you can't get a normal Decidueye in this game.
No. It's not in the game.
Okay. So let's continue. Even in the space, what do they call it?
Even in the space time, no.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
All right. Another question here is from Mr. Q-Tip. During the Arceus fight and the Dialga and Palkia fights, are you able to throw out your Pokemon and battle them? I can see
Yes,
there's-
but it's not
Uh-huh.
required to beat them.
Exactly.
You can just spam bombs.
Yeah, you can just spam bombs, and
Just spam bombs.
sometimes they'll be stunned and you can send out a Pokemon, but that didn't happen for me personally.
Okay, so you could just forget about a regular battle and just go hard with the bombs. Is it harder?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't really know. I did it first try.
Oh, okay. All right. And then a person said, "Can you shiny hunt for starters?"
We don't know.
That we know of yet.
But can you find the game starters, Oshawott, and the rest?
You can find them in the wild through space-time distortions, and they can be shiny.
Okay, that's the
In
only way.
space-time distortions, but not like the one you choose at the beginning of the game.
Okay, because that's what Ball Guy said here, and that's what sounds like it is the case. Can all trade evolved Pokemon be caught in the wild? And if they can they
Yes.
appear as Pokemon alphas?
Yeah, they can appear as
Yes.
alphas.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
can also appear in the space-time distortions.
Okay. Is there any sort of difficulty option or hard mode in this game?
No.
Speaking of options, I noticed one is you can have gyro controls. If you ever played Splatoon or Splatoon 2, you know how you can move around your controller to aim?
I'd say it's more like Breath of the Wild's gyro controls.
It's more, yeah, but it's similar in, like the
Yeah.
concepts.
But it's turned off by default.
Not a lot of setting options. Just like you can change your camera speed, a few things like that. Inverted controls, basic stuff. Not too deep. All right, tell me about. Someone wants to know: are there any other Pokemon to ride on, or can you just list the ones that you know of?
The ride Pokemon is Weirdeer, Ursaluna, Sneasler, and
Basculegion. Basculegion also.
Oh yeah, Basculegion as well. Yeah.
All right, and then is there any? So in the final battle with Arceus, some people are saying there are frame drops. Is this game dropping frames all over the place, or is it pretty stable?
No.
Oh, it's just because it was being broadcasted on Discord.
All
That's
right.
what
No,
it
there are
looked, at least to
there
me.
are frame drops in the game, such
Oh, there
as
are?
in Jubilife
Okay.
City or Jubilife Village and the Avalog Warden fight
Mhm.
or Noble fight. But for the most part, it's 30.
Most part,
FPS.
it's hitting 30 FPS. Because I know. So a lot of the Discord videos were posted were just captured through Discord, which Discord uses internet, and internet streaming isn't always like 100% unless it's native. So
Exactly.
it's harder to tell, but people who have played the game, like Arkun, I asked him. He said it did drop a little bit, but it wasn't going like 20 or like anything like that. It was like a couple frame dips when like there's effects on the screen, like lights and alpha effects, basically. How do you evolve Stantler and Basculin? This one's from Juan Pablo.
We already explained that.
Yeah, but
We
Basculin.
did earlier.
Yeah, Basculin is taking a
Basculin is
cumulative
taking
total
300
of
HP of damage from recoil. Or actually,
Yep.
there was some
300?
noise in there, so I'll repeat. You have to take 300 damage in recoil cumulative.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, just use like double crash strong style a bit, and you'll get there.
Okay. And then, what is the thing that needs the most improvement in the current version
the lighting
of the game?
system.
The
The
lighting
lighting
system.
Okay. What have you noticed with the lighting system that's off?
In caves, it is really jarring. It looks like a
PNG
one of those
that's been
looks like one of those
badly
deep-fried
photoshopped into
Yeah,
an
No,
image.
it's like one of those deep fried images you'd find on the internet.
Oh. Yeah, I noticed
Yeah,
there's
well-
these white crusty outlines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
the
just
problem
Discord.
right there.
it's not just Discord. That's in the game.
I don't know how that needs work. I don't know if there's a day one patch. I don't know if that's a day one patch cope, but if that happens, the lighting is bad. Like when you're walking sometimes, and you look at the side of like a hill, you can see like these like white weird like reflections that shouldn't be there. That kind of look off, but a lot of the game feels like it's could use a lot of work with especially reflections, and the water from above the sky looks kind of bad to me. Like the water up
Wow,
close
that
looks
looks weird.
fine.
I honestly wish the water was more like in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, that's like one of the best
That
water I've ever
is-
seen.
That used the generic like Unity water physics
I know,
though.
but I wish they would have just switched the water in each game.
It's not that easy.
I know it's not
Not, but I wish.
take a lot of work, but still.
Is Alolan Vulpix / Ninetales obtainable? This one's from Zero.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
There's a quest somewhere
After
where the person from Alola mentions him as Kyo, which was established in lore already. And
after you catch your first Cantonian Vulpix, there's a quest you can take to where you can have to find this guy's 4 Alolan Vulpix in the Icelands, and afterwards he gives you one of them.
Okay. The next question is, I already asked this one. This one was from Gear KKKKKK. How many hours of gameplay? So we said around 30 hours is the normal one. That's only just doing the
Main story, which is half of the game. It's like Gen 2, where you get the credits like halfway through the game.
Yeah, and then there's like part
You
2.
have to play through more to get the actual ending that you're aiming for.
Yeah, there's a super
Yeah.
boss and everything. And then do you here's a question from Jacob Mayberry. He asked, do you it was answered by Ball Guy, so I can answer this one pretty quick. Do you know the shiny rates, if the shiny rates have changed, or are there any new shiny hunting methods? Ball Guy
Well-
responded, shiny rates are standard 1 to 4096. That's the ratio. But then yeah, go ahead. What did you want to say?
outbreaks also exist in this game, and apparently they have increased shiny odds.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people have mentioned they found shinies in outbreaks.
Okay. So there's those. And then
It seems like the shiny rate is increased, but that's just
Mhm.
because you're encountering a lot of Pokemon at once.
okay.
And
There's a
that
lot of
they
Pokemon
are
in the
shiny.
wild.
Yeah, they are shiny on the overworld, so you can tell if they're shiny or not.
Okay.
Yep.
So Yeah, that was another question that was asked by Diego Martinez, where he asked the same thing here. But then let's move to the next question here. Which Pokemon can be alphas?
Pretty
lot of
much
them.
any of them.
Any
Most of them can be alphas, not
Most.
any of them.
Alright, Hisuian Gabs has a question. The question is, anyone to help? I need help here. How to evolve Sneasler? So the way you evolve Sneasler is with the Razor Claw during the morning. The opposite is for Weavile. And the next question is from Sniper. How do you do trade evolutions? How do they work? There's this item called a link cable. You use it to evolve your Pokemon, or you can just use a normal trade. And then we have a question from Mo Magic. Does the game improve upon Sword and Shield in the terms of movement, gameplay, and story?
Yes,
Yes, most definitely in that one.
it's better than Sword and Shield in like every way.
Story-wise, definitely. Movement-wise, definitely. Especially the way you catch Pokemon. It just seems really unique compared with Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sword and Shield just stuck with the traditional formula.
Yeah. I honestly think this is an improvement upon Sword and Shield in every single way. The no more over the head view, having a free camera, aiming your Pokeballs at Pokemon and throwing them at directly. It's kind of like Let's Go in a way, and it has overworld Pokemon everywhere. It's
Precising.
and there is scaling, and the scaling in this game is amazing. Of like, you can just walk around and you just see this giant Pokemon because they're alphas, and honestly that's cool. Like, you can have like a 7-foot, like Lopunny or something. That's insane. The next question I have here, let me grab it, is, do you consider Legends Arceus as a top tier Pokemon game? And this is just an opinion from this user, Diego.
Yeah, in my own opinion, yeah.
This is a,
So yes,
Is
from
this
what I've
a-
seen of it, for sure.
the stereotypical Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White 2. Is it in that echelon of greats?
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
put it up
say
there.
it's definitely up there.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a Pokemon game this wow in 10 years. So I agree with that statement. Are the forces of nature locked to the post game?
Yes,
Yes.
This is from Fun.
they are locked to the post game after the super boss.
Okay. So you have to do all the tasks required, right? You just can't go and catch them, right?
Yeah, you need to do some of the post game story quests, and then once you beat the super boss, you're given another optional quest to go catch the forces of nature. And then after you catch all 3 of them and complete their Pokedex entries, you can catch the new 4th genie of the forces of nature.
Okay. And then, what's your favorite pizza topping?
None.
Really, just straight
Sausage.
meat? That's what we think, Robert. Me is.
You're tired, yeah.
I'm a straight.
I am-
cinnamon, and it's pineapple.
I am
and chicken.
basic bitch. I like nothing on pizza except cheese and
Hey,
sauce.
Sausage is just so good. I can't. Not sausage.
Couldn't
Basic? Yeah.
All right. That seems to be the last question that I took. So, do you guys have any things you want to say about Legends Arceus at all?
I had the game crash once. I don't know why. It just did once.
Honestly,
I
Out of,
think the game
my-
looks amazing, and that Game Freak really didn't show enough of it.
I wish Game Freak showed a lot more of it.
The marketing
Yeah,
has
I
been
agree.
really bad for this game, honestly.
I was.
They have not
expecting-
shown enough of it for being something new and for how good it is.
I was expecting something mid, it's just gonna be Pokemon again. But no, this is different. This is something consistent. Tastes like the good stuff.
So I just gotta say, shout out to the Pory Leaks community just for being such a great community to hang out in, and for leaks.
Also to everyone on the Twitter who follows us, everybody who's been paying attention, all the people who have been helping out, like Ball Guy, Eclipse, and other PokeTubers that have been helping us along the way. It's been a hard time. We're all new to this, and we all like Pokemon. We don't hate Pokemon.
Definitely.
So like if you're a little bit, judging of it, it's not because we don't like it, it's because we like it.
Because we wanted to improve.
And then that seems to be like it'll be all for this Q&A session. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Have a nice one.
All right.